Hey guys, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record your podcast and edit it right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need, and it's all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey guys, so to start this episode, if you follow me on social media, you'll know that I've been getting texts from someone calling themselves Marshall, looking for Mike, and they say they want to buy ice cream. I looked it up on Urban Dictionary, said ice cream means crack cocaine, so I texted them back, and I told them I'd give them a call at 3 p.m., so here's that call.
I don't. I don't know what you're saying.
Hey Marshall, what's up? Think that should work.
Hello.
Hey Marshall, what's up, man? Hey Marshall, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, it's Mike. What's up, man?
Chilling.
It's Mike. You wanted Mike, right?
Who?
You looking for Mike?
Yeah, where you at?
Yeah. No. Where are you? I'll come to you. I'm out actually.
Huh?
I'm out. I can come to you right now. Where are you at?
Nah, I'm just looking for Mike.
Yeah, this is Mike.
Nah, I'm just bullshitting with you.
You bullshitting with me, man. You texting me. You looking for Mike? You texting me, man. I got your ice cream, man.
I was just bullshitting with you, brother.
Oh, you bullshitting with me?
This ain't Mike.
Man, I didn't know what Mike sounded like, man. It was hard to do an impression of Mike. All right, man. Good looking.
You did what?
All right. Yeah, no. You got the wrong number. You've been texting the wrong number. I just wanted to call you back, let you know.
Bro, I already knew that. I just wanted to see what Angel was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, all right, man. You sound like a pretty nice guy. I hope you are successful in your quest for whatever you're looking for. Good looking out to you and Teresa. You have a good one.
Huh?
Good looking out to you and Teresa. Have a good one.
Oh man, shit, we good. I mean, she's still tripping, though.
Teresa's tripping? What's wrong? What's she tripping about?
Oh yeah, get that.
You guys hitting the blunt? You guys hitting the blunt right now?
Huh?
You guys hitting the blunt right now?
You know what?
Hitting the blunt.
Nah, but I ain't smoke no more.
Oh, you don't smoke no more?
No.
Damn, even with quarantine?
Don't sell it, don't smoke it.
Man, that's all I do because the quarantine. I just sit home and smoke weed, man.
Yeah, I can go take a piss test right now. Piss clean.
Oh, you could take a clean piss. You could take a clean test right now. Damn, dude. All right, man. You got your life going good then.
No, my life ain't good because my dad just died, so it's all good.
Oh, your dad died, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, but in fact, I just left taking a piss test. So.
Oh, you just took a piss test? All right, man. Good luck, man. I bet it's gonna be clean, like you said.
For sure, it better be. I didn't drink nothing. I ain't fool with nothing in life. But 5, 6 months. No smoking green, nothing.
Damn, 5, 6 months. That's more than enough. You're gonna be real clean.
Yeah. Now I was messing with Angel, and we were laughing because I'm trying to get a license plate tag from her. Cause I can't drive the truck without without my license paper tag. Cause I just bought it.
Oh, dude. Oh, you mean like one of those paper license plate that you can put on the back so you can drive?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
That's it. But that's how I was messing with her because she's like, Michael, I want to talk to Teresa. Like, she watched. I bet you I get you down with it.
Oh, you were trying to trick him? Kind of.
I'm not tricking. She said he didn't want to talk to me because of Teresa, but I was like, nah. Yeah, okay.
So Teresa's your girlfriend, and Mike and Teresa, they know each other too?
If you Mike, you know Teresa. So that's why I just said, come on, man.
Right. Yeah.
It was merely a joke. That's it, brother.
All right,
That's
man.
it.
Yeah, man. This is a joke too. This is a joke too. I host a podcast actually. It's called Take a Break from Porn podcast. I'm a comedian in Houston, and that's why I was calling you back, because I got these funny text messages from somebody who thought I was Mike. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna call back and I'm gonna see what goes on. But you saw what I was waiting on.
Nah, I'm messing with Angel.
You're messing with Angel.
Not messing with her. I was joking with her.
Oh, okay. Well,
She was making some comments, and I was like, Michael, I want to try to do this. Bitch. I was like, man, I bet you I need to tell me, man. She's like, huh? All right, here.
Well,
I bet I get it.
Well, you didn't get Mike, but you got Antonio. I'm a comedian here in Houston. Check our podcast. It's called Take a Break from Porn. You can it's on all the Spotify, everything. It's pretty funny. We do comedy in Houston, stand up at the Secret Group. We're starting comedy shows again. Come on out sometime, man. You seem like a cool guy. So.
Okay, that's a good thing.
All right, Marshall. Or is that your name? Well, whatever your name is, I don't want to get you in trouble, but right on, man. Good luck with that tag. Get that license plate.
Send me your link.
All right. Yeah, I'll text you the link to the podcast. Right on, man. All right, you have a good one, bro. All right, so Marshall, who I thought would be a white guy. I think it's because of Eminem. It's kind of racist of me, but definitely a black guy. Nice guy.
How was the phone call?
It was really wholesome.
Actually. I watched most of it, I think.
I still don't know who he thinks I am. He called me Mike after like 2 minutes. So I was kind of confused. I'm still confused.
So you really think he is looking for crack?
Yeah, definitely think he's looking for crack, but on the phone with me, to him I probably sound just like a random white guy, Yeah, it was really nice actually. He said I invited him to comedy shows, which I think sounded like a good idea. He sounded like the nicest crackhead I've ever talked to.
I like how you chose my okay, that's such a pet peeve of mine. When people do show posters and I had these really nice headshots done, and then they always choose a slutty, shitty iPhone 6 selfie that I've taken. And I'm like, dude, come on. Why?
Well, it's because I'm lazy, and most people that do shows, everything it's laziness.
Yeah.
And so you just do the first picture that shows up.
Yeah.
On their the easiest one, because I can always change it. So I really was more trying to show you the website, and then for you to be like, oh, cool. Oh, and by the way, can you pick a different picture?
No, I know.
Of course.
I'm just saying, in general, I'll do a show and they'll just pick a picture with my tits out that I took in Encino, California, and I'm like, okay, I had these headshots done. Come on. And it's not even my profile picture. They'll dig and find this random photo, and I'm like, come on, why? That's so unprofessional.
sex sells. That's marketing, you know?
Yeah. That's not me
It's messed
anymore,
up,
though.
but it's like, it's very rare that a comedian will have, like, cleavage. So when they do, they're like, ooh, that's how I'm going to get 12 people to my show.
Like, no one has seen boobs before. It's, like, shocking.
Every time, to be honest, like, no matter how many boobs you've seen, every new pair, it's just as, like, fresh. Not like, oh, I've already seen boobs. They all are different, you know?
Literally, okay, when I was in 7th grade, the first guy that I ever showed my boobs to, like, no bra or anything, was like, why do they look like that?
Well, it's because he's probably never seen boobs
Oh, he
before. He probably...
definitely has. Like, and I've always been self-conscious since, and I, like, hate my boobs. They're, like, annoying.
Did he have anything else to say, or was that all?
That was it. Then we just made out in a closet, and then he told the whole school, and, like, everyone hated me. So, I mean, not much has changed, you know?
He told... He told the school about your boobs, or just that you
That
made
we
out?
made out. I mean, he
So you
probably
still...
told the school about my boobs too. Like, I don't remember hearing about that.
You still made out with him after he was rude about your boobs?
Yeah, you know, I was really self-conscious. I was really self-conscious. I'm not anymore. Haha.
That's more like insecure. If you're gonna make out with a guy, it's like, ew, your boobs are weird, and you're like, just make out with me.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to get some action.
That's good.
Like,
7th grade. I'm trying to think the first time I made out with a girl. I think it was 7th. It was 7th grade.
yeah,
It
7th
was like
grade
in a
is like
park.
when shit happens, you know?
I'm still like, well, I was Facebook friends with the girl I made out with first in life.
The guy who I had my first kiss with is like weird now. Like, he was Mormon at the time. I guess he still is. Like, I feel like once you are Mormon, even if you stop doing, like, the weird shit that they do, like, you just are for life. Like, you're scarred. You know? Like, you'll always have that weird, like, thought mentality that they do about shit. But, you know, I made him, like, I guess, sin on his religion because they're not supposed to have a girlfriend until they're 16. And then I guess they have, like, 5 wives or whatever. But now he lives in, like, Rhode Island and is like a white rapper and messages me really nonsensical, is that a word, things?
Wait, it depends how you just said it. Say it
Nonsensical.
again. Yes, that's the word. You know
Can you
what I mean?
bleep out when I cuss? That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I mean I can, but it's like words.
Just like a few. Like, just bleep these. Like, fuck, shit, cum.
Okay.
Is cum a bad word?
It depends how you spell it, but you're saying it, so I don't.
You know
think,
what I mean, though. It's C-U-M.
I know what you mean. You want to know how? You know how like I'm a nice guy. That you can tell like I'm not like nice to you because I'm not trying to date you.
Okay.
But I'm
Thank
like,
you.
a nice guy. You're welcome.
I really want to get on our podcast.
Wait, but let me finish what I was saying.
Oh.
Yes, happy you interrupted me because now I'm getting back into the, you know, I want to also be interrupted. I don't.
You want to be what?
Interrupt her.
You want to
be the interrupt. I want to also.
Yeah, we're even now.
Why? Because that was like 3 or 4 interruptions.
You interrupted me 3 times in a row, so now we're even.
In the first episode, yeah, I was struggling. I was saying like every other word. I was interrupting you. I was just not good. It's our least popular episode. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's our first.
But our second one is really popular.
I know, it's a really good episode. We're spilling the beans. You got to tell me if there's any viewers from Colorado, though, for sure.
It doesn't tell me the states. It just tells me the country.
wish. God, that would be amazing.
I could just send it to him and act like I didn't know that you guys had a thing.
Stop. Don't do that. That's messy. He's like...
You're pretty
I'm
messy.
like trying to turn over a new leaf.
I really wanted to say something. Like, the thing about interrupting is like there's one kind of interrupting is when you interrupt and then you're like, oh, okay, keep going. I'm sorry I interrupted. Another kind of interrupting is interrupting and then also ignoring, like actually changing the subject and not letting the person go back to what they were saying. Because I was trying to say something way back when we were talking about cum, and I was trying to tell you how I'm a nice guy.
Oh, yeah, I totally do that kind of interrupting.
Okay, so I was saying, like, I'm a nice guy, like, in quotes, you know, like the stereotypical nice guy, the kind of guy that girls don't like.
Yeah.
But I'm not nice to you because I'm not trying to date you. I'm just normal with you. I'm like myself.
Yeah, you said that already.
Like,
you're just like, I'm not trying to date you. Let's say it a million times.
No, but see, and another reason why nobody wants to is because you don't let the person finish their sentence. I'm saying that when I say cum, I always spell it COME because I think it's like a nicer way to say it.
Yeah. Also, delete that from the podcast that no one wants to me, please and thank you.
I mean, it's a joke.
Let's not speak it into existence, please.
I'll bleep it out.
Yeah. No one wants to beep you.
Yeah.
And then we'll never know. No, they'll never know what we're talking about.
Well, they'll know.
They'll know. Mumu,
cat?
Yeah,
Mumu. A meow.
Mumu, stop. She's really being really bothersome right now.
I don't think anyone would be bothered by just a cute cat in the background. That's adorable.
You don't know her. And by the way, you were like mean about her. You're like, yo, my 600-pound cat life.
I was just kidding. I love cats. I don't care what they weigh.
They have to be fat to be cute.
Yeah, we had a cat living here when Doug lived here, and that cat was fat, and my dad came over and fat shamed her, and I got mad.
Was it Doug's cat?
Yeah.
Oh.
And, I mean, it was fat, and my dad came over, and because he wanted to see if it was cute, and he got it from, like, an angle where it looked extra fat, like, from behind, you know?
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, that cat's pretty fat.
That's awful. Oh, my God. Imagine going to one of those fucking restaurants and criticizing the women that work there. It's like, whatever, that's why you went. Like, shame on you, you know?
I like cellulite. It's like one of my top 5 favorite things in the world.
It's beautiful. No homo, though.
I mean, it can be ugly, and it can be, it's like rap. Like, I love rap, and there's good rap and there's bad rap, and I really don't like bad rap, and I really like good rap. Same with cellulite. Like, if like a girl has cellulite on her ear, you know?
Oh, God, I don't think I've ever seen that.
I'm sure it has to exist, but if I saw it, you know, I'd be like, oh, I don't like that. You know, that's not what I'm talking about. But if it's like on her like legs or on her ass, then it's like, yeah, I like that kind of cellulite. I mean, you know, a little bit, not like more. All right. I mean, I'm the one to judge. If I was a woman, I'd have so much cellulite. I just know. I'm
like at the point in my life where I have like arm cellulite.
Yeah. No, that's, yeah. That's, you know, that's fine. You know.
Yeah.
It's not like nose cellulite or something.
I love a good nose. I want like a, not for me, but like, I love a big nose on a guy, like an Adrian Brody nose, like Adam Driver nose, like fuck me up for real.
Yeah, no, I like that too. I mean, in the woman, I like Barbra Streisand nose.
Oh, you love Barbra Streisand.
I actually, yeah, I fell in love with her. I watched Funny Girl and just fell in love with Barbra Streisand. She was my background on my computer for a week.
Yeah, I think you caught me listening to her one time or something.
On the last podcast, yeah, you were just turning off Rain on My Parade.
Yeah.
While I was calling you. And I wanted to talk about it because to me it was such a beautiful coincidence that this thing that I have like become enamored with, you're also just coincidentally also a fan of.
That's called friendship, baby. We're in it.
That's gross. And I'm gonna beat that.
Friendship? Yeah.
The only friendship I know is in Mortal Kombat when you would win and you could do a friendship to your defeated character, and then instead of a fatality where you kill them, it's like a friendship. So like Sub-Zero would like give ice cream to to the person instead of ripping their head off and their spine out of their body. He would just like give them ice cream, and it would be like friendship.
I've never played Mortal Kombat.
Well, you're gonna have to.
I mean, like, I've been around it. I really like playing Smash.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good game for people who like don't play video games. No shade.
Oh,
but
no
it's
shade,
like
no shade taken. I mean, like, I don't play video games at all. I've always wanted to be a person that plays video games, but I just don't have the patience for it. Like, if I'm not automatically good at it, I'm like, I hate it. I hate it.
oh yeah, I play a soccer game that I've been playing for 20 years probably, and I'm about I'm good. That's it. Like there are 25,000 people
FIFA?
on it's the Japanese version of FIFA.
Fiji.
It's Fuji or yeah, Fiji.
Oh
yeah,
my God!
that's funny.
No, like I do. I love Smash, but like I really have always wanted to get into video games. I have two fucking Xboxes. I think you've seen that at my apartment, and none of them go to use ever, ever.
Can I buy one or have one?
Yeah. Do you want the Xbox One or 360?
One.
All right. I have games to go with it too.
Wow. This is awesome. Hear that, everyone? She can't take it back. She said it on the podcast. Definitely not editing out the part where you give me your Xbox.
Well, for money, not that much though.
We'll talk about it.
Like in college, whenever I sold cocaine, I traded cocaine for that Xbox One. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. Like, fuck it. And then I'm like, oh, I suck at literally every video game ever. I'm horrible.
Oh, but it worked?
The Xbox?
It works?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
The controllers work. The controllers for my 360 are broken. But yeah, I basically like once a year use my Xbox to like play a DVD, which is literally always Moulin Rouge. So,
Well, I'll either buy it from you or I will help you sell it on eBay.
okay.
Because it shouldn't just be sitting there. You're always talking about give me money.
I haven't been doing that lately.
It's been really becoming, to be honest.
Thank you. I was hoping someone would notice.
You only said it one time, but you were kidding, and I thought that was perfectly fine. But it's different when you're just like on Facebook and it's like no joke. There's no like humor even attempted. It's like, here's my Cash App.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm really putting my business out there on Facebook 24/7 and making people laugh. So it's like, hey, if you want to like give me money, like go for it.
Well, now what they can do is they can listen to the podcast and we get a cent. Every listener, we get 1 cent.
Wow. So we made $1. We've had 100.
Well, no, that was YouTube. So
Oh.
YouTube is like, YouTube, they don't give you anything until 1,000 viewers and they give you half a cent
Okay.
each viewer.
Yeah.
So we want to do the podcast instead because it's more per listener and it's easier to do.
You sound like the Anchor commercial right now.
I know, right? I'm probably going to make it the ad for this one, I think, and edit it out of the episode or something.
Yeah. Sunday night, we were singing Sheryl Crow in the car together.
Yeah.
If it makes you happy. What a queen. She looks great, honestly.
So she was that was the first CD I ever bought, and I was in love with her too.
She's like killing the game still. She has a permanent residency in Vegas now, I think.
Good for her.
We should go.
I want to open for her.
You want to open for Sheryl Crow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it.
Like Leah Sampson opened for what's his Iglesias? Julio Iglesias. So I feel like I can open for Sheryl Crow, it makes as much sense.
They have comedian openers for musical acts?
Yeah. Well, Leah Sampson was opening. She opened for Julio Iglesias. I think she was touring with him.
That's crazy. That's really awesome, though. Whenever
Yeah.
I saw
Shout out.
Amy Schumer live, she had a musical opener. Some like dude played the bongo drums. I know someone played music, and it was like some sort of bongo drums, but I don't know. Like I was literally so high on OxyContin at the Amy Schumer thing. Like I was like asleep the entire time, and that's not even a joke. It's like one of the darkest points of my life.
Dark in that you were asleep, and when you're asleep, your eyes are closed, and it's pretty dark.
Yes, and also dark in the fact that I was heavily addicted to opiates, got a spinal cord injury, was forced to move back to Houston with my parents, live with my parents, go to physical therapy, stay in the hospital. My legs were paralyzed, and I had to go to rehab. So, like that and the sleep thing.
Okay, well, that sounds darker than just falling asleep at Amy Schumer.
You know, and the Amy Schumer concert show was pretty bad, so.
I need you to watch Andy Kaufman playing the bongos if you've never seen it.
I haven't.
God, he is another god. He's like Sheryl Crow of comedy.
I know, but is he good at the bongos?
Yeah, he's really fucking good at the bongos. I've never seen anyone even close to as good at the bongos as he is.
Better than Matthew McConaughey naked playing the bongos?
I'm sure. I mean, his body isn't as good as Matthew McConaughey's is. I'm going to edit that out. That sounded pretty gay.
No, keep it in. Let everyone know what you said about Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, I was saying that if you're not gay for them, you're probably actually gay because you can't even admit that you're gay for Leo and Brad Pitt. Like, duh. Every straight guy is like, yeah, well, I want to, not like sexually gay for them, you know?
Just like career and life gay.
No, like I wish Leonardo DiCaprio was like in the other room right now, just like
naked,
you know, so I could just no, not naked, just so I could be like, hey Leo, what's going on? What's
like
up?
it's gay
You know?
how much you want to be part of his life and be friends with him.
Yeah, like I just want to like be able to talk to them whenever I want and compliment them.
I want to be friends with Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, I want to be more than friends with like Megan Thee Stallion.
I think she lives in Houston still.
At your age, I was in college, and I remember I made out with a girl, and then she started crying.
Why?
She said she was just going through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I've cried during sex, but I mean, if I'm like emotional or going through stuff, I tend to like not go out and put that on other people, you know? And the only reason I cried during sex was because I sucked at being on top. That's so fucking true, though.
Were there like the tears hitting him?
No,
in the
I was
face?
like hiding them. Like he was like, "No, you got this," and I was like, "I'm horrible at it." Like, and I was like covering my face.
Oh my god! See, like I would not be able to stay hard with that type of behavior from the girl.
He was a little psychotic motherfucker, so me crying probably made him harder. But yeah, I was like in a hotel room in Dallas.
Every girl nowadays, they want you to their hair, punch them in the back of the head, kick them in the chest. Like it's like, I mean, that's not sex.
I mean, it's part of it. It doesn't have to be, but like, it's just like kinky.
I don't like. I understand that. To me, it's a turn off. Like if it's like the first time, because it's just like, Jesus. Like, is this a girl I want to like date for a long time? When she wants me to choke her, day one, you want me to choke you? Like, should be something that we like, you know, ease our way into choking and stuff like naturally. Now, like day one, pull my hair, choke me, kick me in the chest. It's been too long, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, no, I do think you definitely need to set boundaries before that. Yeah, I haven't done that kind of thing in a long time. I'm really just looking for like a nice missionary these days, you know? Just like eye contact, Maybe the lights on. Depends how I'm feeling that day.
Yeah, if I have eye contact sex, it's like, oh, I have to now we're dating.
Yeah, no, not with me. It's just like, hey, I'm acknowledging you're alive, and not or like I don't even know.
Have you ever had a guy ask you to do that thing where you look like the Undertaker with the eyes in the top of your head and like, can you hold that pose for the whole time so that I can feel like I'm Ted Bundy?
Oh my God, no, but I do that face sometimes during sex, the Undertaker face. I'm so good at that. That's what everyone tells me, that like that's a talent of mine, like rolling my eyes all the way into the back of my head.
No, you are really good at it. It's not easy to do it that like seamlessly or effortlessly. I feel like you could get work in LA, like in movies and stuff, just based on that.
I've been watching so much Vanderpump Rules, which is like a reality show set in LA about hot servers that work at Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant. And I feel like I've been watching 8 to 9 hours of it a day, and I feel like I live in LA now.
Wow. That reminds
Like I just ordered a whole bunch of vegan food. Like, am I in LA?
Yeah. You're more than in LA. If someone's in LA eating meat, they're less in LA than you are in Houston eating vegan food.
I went to LA for the first time ever in December.
Well, you're only like 6 years old, so I mean, how would you have the time to go more than once?
My God, stop! I like think about that trip a lot. It was like kind of depressing.
Yeah, New York was depressing for me. I quarantined myself for 2 months, and it wasn't even quarantine.
Oh, I fully hate New York City. It's like so depressing and lonely to me, even though there's so many people around you constantly. Like, I just hated it. I really don't like going there, and I've had to go multiple times.
One time I was there, I was watching documentaries about New York while in New York, and I was like, wow, it's almost like I'm in New York. While I was watching the documentaries, I felt like I was trying to, that's how I was seeing the city, just being actually in New Jersey. Like, I wasn't even in New York City. I was like 20 minutes from New York City in New Jersey watching movies about New York. Ugh, good thing that was only like 2 days. But yeah, it was just, you really need to plan ahead and know exactly what you're going to do before you go there. Otherwise, it is, like you said, it's super depressing. Everyone else seems to have like a life and you're just like there.
Not even know what you're gonna do. Like, you need so much money there.
Yeah, you do.
I feel like you can't truly have like a really good time unless you have a lot of money.
It's true, because I lived only 15 miles away from Times Square, and I was still like 2 hours away because the trains are always late, like because of everything that you have to go through to get to Manhattan. 15 miles from Manhattan is like 2 hours away. I might as well have been living in Louisiana compared to Houston. Like, almost. Yeah, it's nuts.
LA wasn't like as depressing as New York for me. It was more of just like the stuff that I did there and the people that I saw.
Yeah. Well, is there a place that isn't depressing for you?
Houston isn't depressing. I'm like not currently depressed as it stands. As of today, May 20th? Is it the 20th?
Might as well be.
Yep. As of May 20th, 2020, I am not depressed. So we'll go from there.
That's awesome. Can you hear the dog?
No.
Oh, it's my neighbor's dog.
Oh, I can hear it now.
Okay. But yeah, that's good. That's awesome. That's definitely worth celebrating, not being depressed.
I also didn't like any of the shows that I did in LA, not because I didn't do well. It's just like it's like a totally different scene there.
Yeah, New York is too. It's like, if you have a good set, people aren't like, oh, good set. They're just like, bye.
Also, half of the comedians there, I feel like, aren't actual comedians. They're just doing it because their agent told them to do it.
Yeah.
And so my question is, like, if you're one of those, like, actor models, like Mactors, and your agent says, like, do stand-up comedy for, like, what is it? Not the relevancy, the exposure.
Yep.
Do they have people write stand-up for you?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah.
They can do that, or they can just go up and write
Be
off
hot.
charisma and looks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, you'll do good if you're good looking in LA and like act out and have charisma. Like, you can do good and be awful, and then you'll go anywhere else and embarrass yourself because people aren't
like
as shallow.
you and I like saw that one chick from LA. I think you remember. I'm not going to say her name, but you remember the girl that I'm talking about a couple months ago, and she was headlining, and she's like very attractive, but her stand-up was like very bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and you could just see it in her face that she's like, this all kills in LA. And I'm like, yeah, this is a good comedy show where there are really good comics that come and like do like good stand-up that would, that is good stand-up. They have high expectations at that show that we're talking about. You can't just go and be hot.
Yeah, like we're ugly, but we're funny. So
Yeah.
sorry, bitch.
This is
I
the
love
one. This
that,
is
though.
what we get. We get a win here. Like everywhere else, like yeah, you get to win. You get to win at just existing. But when it
Life,
comes,
relationships, sex, money, food,
yeah,
body. Bitch, we get
yes,
to be funnier than you. So there's
yeah.
that.
Don't take it away from us. This is where we shine. This is where we go up 2 good-looking points, like on a 1 to 10 scale, while we're on stage crushing it. You can go from a 6 to an 8 if you're a great comic. But
Oh, absolutely.
But listen, fucking 8, okay? Don't think that you can go on our stage and you know what? You're a 6 now because everyone's watching you bomb.
Oh yeah, when you are like doing badly, you become less of a person. Like,
Yeah. Like, if there was a population monitor in wherever you are, like it goes down like half. So it would be like, let's say it's a small town of 100 people and you're on stage bombing. Oh, it's 99.5 now. You're only half a person while bombing. You're not a full human being.
oh yeah. No one sees you. Like when you're bombing and the crowd fucking hates you for it, they don't see you as a person anymore.
No. Like you could get sniped like Malcolm X or Martin Luther King in that moment while bombing, and the audience would be like, well, that's scary, but not like sad. It's just scary. Somebody has a gun. But they're not going to be like feel bad for you. They're like, well, he was bombing anyway.
Absolutely.
Crowds, as they should be, they're brutal. And if you do well, they love you. And if you don't, they hate you. And that's how it should be.
Oh yeah, like if you do really well, they want to like fucking like fuck you and marry you and give you money and like hang out with you. But when you do shitty, they're like, "Oh my God, die."
I had a really good set, and I had a girlfriend in Wisconsin, and this couple took us out like for drinks that were way better looking than us, taller, in shape, just like 9s, both of them. And the girl started like sucking my girlfriend's fingers at the table, and I was like, yeah, this is because I'm funny. Like this would never have happened.
She started sucking your girlfriend's fingers.
Yeah.
Did they want to have like a foursome with y'all?
Probably just her, but I mean, it was like,
Oh.
but I still got her. I still shoehorned her into it because I don't think they would have been talking to us at all if I hadn't just done a half hour on stage.
Yeah.
I think about them every once in a while. They're so attractive.
Where was this again?
It was in Madison, Wisconsin, which is way more attractive than the rest of Wisconsin. Don't shit on Wisconsin again. I know you love to, but
I don't know anything about it. I have nothing to shit on it.
Madison is the college town, and it's 50% New Yorkers and LA people, because LA and New York, especially New York City, doesn't really have a college like where you can go to football games, go to basketball games, have like the whole college experience. NYU doesn't do that. They don't have a football team. So a lot of New Yorkers, they come to Madison because it was voted best party college in Playboy magazine.
Oh my God.
And so they come to Madison, and like they want to go to the football games. They want the college lifestyle. And so you get a lot of those rich, and also it's twice as expensive if you're not a Wisconsin resident. So they have to pay twice as much. So they have money. And so rich girls are better looking. And so Madison, Wisconsin has a lot of these, they call them coasties.
Rich girls are not inherently better looking.
Yeah, they are.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's because they can afford to like wash their face and stuff, you know?
Oh, that's so stupid. I hate that. Oh my God.
Or they like, they get educations that teach them to like eat a vegetable.
Stop it.
I'm not identifying with them. I see it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, some, but poor girls have, they're honest and they have grit,
Yeah, and you can really see that in their face while they walk by.
Awful. Awful.
Like, look at this poor girl. Isn't it attractive how gritty she is?
Okay. Isn't it attractive how honest she is? How
While she
loyal
walks by,
she
yeah.
is? Yeah.
Yeah, she's honest. Her sweatpants say juicy, and it is juicy.
That's a rich
But
people thing.
sometimes the sweatpants say pink, and it's not pink, and that's not honest.
Oh, wow. Look at you getting into Victoria's Secret clothing.
Yeah, it's super upsetting. It's like, what are you trying to do? You can't just stay out color.
God, I was
and
such
not
a fucking hoe when I was in 7th grade. No, I'm saying that because you were talking about Victoria's Secret pink, and that's a subsector of Victoria's Secret. Pink is like the store for clothing, not lingerie. And in 7th grade, I begged my mom to take me there to get a bikini from Victoria's Secret. And I was like, Mom, I want the bombshell pink bikini with this one, like, push your boobs up to your chin. And I was literally like 12.
Jesus.
And she looked at me and she was like, hell fucking no, after I tried it on. And I'm like scared to have a daughter and have her do that. Oh wait, but like to have a daughter, I would have to like be in some sort of sexual relationship with someone, and that's like not happening ever. So
it all circles back to Woe Is Grace.
Yep. Woe Is Me used to be my favorite band. Damn, look at me. It's fine. I'll just be a social media icon and single forever. At least I have one thing going for me.
I mean, yeah. And most people aren't even good at one thing. So the fact that we can get like 50 likes on a post, or 100 if it's you, but I'm happy with 50 every once in a while.
Yeah, definitely.
There's so many people who wish they were funny, who post things that they think are funny, and they get nothing.
I like cringe when I see a comedian who's posted a joke like 12 hours ago and there are 0 likes.
Yeah, it's actually like a sign of mental illness, I feel.
Yeah, like if you see that no one's liked it and you don't delete it, like what's wrong with you? Yeah,
like when I get comics that add me, or they start talking to me randomly that I don't know, like that one guy, and I go to their posts to see like what do they post if they're a comic, and it's just like 8 posts in the last hour and like 2 likes. I'm like, oh, they're insane.
That's some Sam Oren Palmer shit.
And they're also telling me, like, I asked them where they perform, and they're like, mostly theaters, and I'm like,
theaters?
Theaters? Like like high school theater.
Have
Like,
you ever
what?
done a show at a theater?
I mean, yeah, but
I've done station theater, but like I don't really think that barely counts.
yeah, I did, but it was like 10%, 10% full.
Mostly theaters. They're opening up for plays. They're opening up for like Annie or like Chicago.
Yeah, like they clean up but the interlude. They like sweep.
Yeah, it's like that
Like,
SpongeBob episode with the talent show where he starts sweeping and everyone's clapping, and then Squidward comes out and they throw tomatoes.
I gotta watch that one.
Oh yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. It's free.
I thought SpongeBob was just for memes.
Yeah, dude, SpongeBob is literally one of the best shows to ever exist.
No, I know. I don't mind it. I'm more of a Simpsons guy.
Yeah. I've seen every episode of SpongeBob, and I quote it on the daily.
Yeah, it's a good show. Have you ever seen Rocko's Modern Life?
No. I know what it is, though.
Yeah, it's a different question.
Like, growing up, I didn't watch mini cartoons or play video games. That's why I'm not good at video games, and you always bring out these, like, cartoon references that I never get. My like, parents made me go outside and shit. It was awful.
Oh. I remember in second grade, I went outside a lot, and I had a whole group of apartment friends. Like, we all lived in the same building, and all we would do is play football and swear.
Football and swear?
We would swear so much because we're all in, like, second grade and third grade, and we would just, like, swear every sentence because we could.
Yeah. I feel like
We'd just be out there like, fucking first down. I'm 8 years old. Keep going.
I feel like the reason why I'm so like fat and lazy now is because my parents made me go outside so much as a kid and I hated it, so now I'm compensating for all the time I had to go outside by sleeping and eating the food that they never let me eat. Yay, therapy.
I know you're like goth.
I'm like not though.
But like you're the pale color of a goth woman.
I'm health goth, which means like I wear all black, but it's like athletic clothing.
I love that.
I don't do any sort of sports though.
Like you're the woman at the Planet Fitness that they come in and ask you like, is everything okay? You're making people uncomfortable.
Because I'm just like sitting there staring into a mirror having like a body dysmorphic crisis.
You're walking as slow as possible on no incline on the treadmill and just crying on your phone.
I know. Ugh. Yeah. No, my mom is always like, let's go walking together. I'm just like, just say I'm fat, okay? Like, just say it. Like, you can just say that.
You're eating the Tootsie Rolls they give you for free, but you're like, while you're walking on the treadmill at 0 speed.
They give you Tootsie Rolls for free?
Wow, that's how little you've been to... never even been to a Planet Fitness?
No, my parents always made me go to the YMCA gym.
No, okay. Yeah, right when you get there, there's a huge bucket of Tootsie Rolls, and yeah, they're free.
Not at the fucking YMCA.
No, at Planet Fitness.
Oh, right. That's where you... Was that... No, that was this guy in LA who had a membership to Planet Fitness so that whenever he was on the road, he would shower there.
I probably just told you that while I was in LA.
No, it was like it was like this guy who I was like in love with who lives in LA. And I met him when he was on the road. Yeah, I remember that.
Like I said, but anyways,
okay, cool.
And Planet Fitness is yeah, a lot of comics do that. That's very common. You get the black card. Now I have an ad for Planet Fitness, which should be a sponsor. You get a black card, and then you can go to any Planet Fitness in the whole country. So when you're on the road, you can shower there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can sleep there if you're clever.
Sleep where?
There are like massage beds and stuff that are like electronic, and you can just like sleep for an hour if you want. I mean, you're not supposed to, but as long as you're not like snoring, they're not gonna know.
Yeah.
I saw an Asian guy doing it once.
So you're like, it's okay for me? Have you personally
It's
done
like
it? Oh.
no. I would just sleep in my car in the parking lot.
Yeah. Wow. The similarities. Uncanny.
I lived in a Walmart parking lot for 3 weeks in Cleveland while I was dating a girl in Cleveland, and she didn't know.
Oh, you literally told me you told me a little bit about this on Sunday, about how you lived in your car and she didn't know.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, like, I had a streak where I was living in my car in a bunch of different cities, and I would live in the parking lots of Walmarts and Planet Fitnesses. And you can Google which Walmarts let you do it, because if they let RVs park, which they kind of promote, like you can park your RV here. If they do that, they have to legally also let people in their car park because it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would sometimes I would meet a girl, and then like I would want to hang out with them again. So then if I didn't have like a show that like day, or even if I had like a week off, I'd be like, yeah, let's see each other again. Like, oh, let's do this, let's that. And then like for the time in between, I have friends in Cleveland, especially now. Like not like, I mean, I had friends back then too, but especially now, like I'm more comfortable like staying at their houses. But back then it was like I had someone who was like, yeah, you can stay at my place like a night, and like, but not like a week,
Right.
So I would like have to like switch it up and go from house to house to house each day. And eventually I would just got used to just sleeping in my car, because I would go to Planet Fitness, I'd actually work out, I'd shower, and then I'd sleep in my car like clean. And it was like nice. It was like fall. It wasn't cold. So I didn't like smell or anything. It was like my car didn't smell. I was like king of the homeless people. Like homeless people would see me sleeping in my car. This one guy, he knocked on my door and he's like, can you take me to Taco Bell? And I was like so out of it that I was just like, fine. And like he got in and I brought him to Taco Bell, and I like ordered him food and paid for it, and then I dropped him off, and I was really mad at him.
Why are you mad at him?
Well, because it was like 2 a.m, and I was literally sleeping for like 4 hours when he woke me up. I was just like out of it, and I figured that like, oh, a stranger's in my car basically. I'm just gonna do what he says in case he has a gun or a knife or something. So I kind of just like assumed that I was being forced to buy him Taco Bell.
Oh. King of the homeless.
But I know that didn't really connect. But the fact that he like thought that I had like enough money to buy him dinner, it's not like he looked at me and was like, "Oh, this guy's homeless and has nothing." But like people, like other homeless people would like think that I had money, because I always like would change my clothes, I would do my hair, like I would always like look just like a normal guy in his car. I looked better than I do now, to be honest. I took better care of myself when I was homeless. Because I didn't want to look homeless,
Right. I accidentally dated a homeless guy once.
Yeah, that's the girl that I dated is probably telling the same story right now.
Well, my story is much worse. It was like whenever I lived in Austin, and I lived in a co-op, and it was this place called 21st Street Co-op, and like it was full of 100 people, guys and girls. It was like clothing optional, and you just like did a whole bunch of drugs, and not really like no one really went to school or cared. Everyone got drunk, and like everyone fucked each other. And there was another co-op like a block away, and it was called German House. And I met this guy named Brian. Worst name ever. I'm like still scarred by that name. I mean, this is the worst thing. This was the worst guy who I've ever come across. Probably. I think he's tied with like one other guy, but that's a completely different story. But I met this guy. I was 18. He was 28. So that's already like a red flag there.
Is it?
The way that he acted, yeah. He said something so like graphic and creepy about how young I was that I don't even feel comfortable saying it on this podcast. But what?
Oh, and especially from a Brian.
I'll tell you what it is, but you have to bleep it out.
Do I? I mean, no. I mean, okay.
So he was like, yeah, I like that you're 18. I could tell that you were 18 by how your was.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't
That's
say
really
that.
creepy, though. I feel like. But anyways, I found out he was homeless because, like, apparently German House had shut down, but I was still going over there and hanging out with him and doing massive amounts of drugs with him. He actually had a seizure in front of me, and I, like, didn't do anything. And thinking back on it, that was probably the right thing to do because he's a piece of shit. But anyways,
there's a Breaking Bad episode like that. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah. I actually took the character test of, like, who I am most like, and I got Jane from Breaking Bad 100%.
Who is like basically Brian in your story?
Cool. Anyways, so...
And you're Walter. You're Walter.
Yeah, but, like, whatever. So, yeah. So I went over to German House while we were doing, like, a lot of drugs, and I noticed that no one was ever really walking around. And there were no lights on, and I was like, maybe everyone's asleep, because it was, like, way smaller than where I lived. And then I had realized that it had been, like, condemned. It had been completely shut down. Everyone had moved out. No one was supposed to be living there. He was squatting there, dude. Like, he was legitimately homeless. Okay? I was fucking in, like, this condemned house with a homeless guy.
Well, that's not homeless if he's in even if he's in a house illegally. He's just in a house
he's
illegally.
squatting,
that's not homeless.
And that is being homeless. But anyways, this guy ended up being like a huge creepy piece of shit. A lot of bad stuff happened between us, and like when you live at a co-op, it's run by like a quote unquote like democratic whatever process. So you vote on stuff at meetings, and you can ban people from coming back to the property. And I banned him. I put him up for banning for sexually assaulting me and like hitting me when we were in a relationship thing. And he showed up to the banning because you like, since it's a democratic process, you can go and plead your case and people vote on it. He showed up drunk as fuck and with a handwritten letter about me. And he read this to 50 fucking people. And it was like, yeah, she's a liar. I never hit her. She's fat and ugly and gross. And if anyone sexually assaulted anyone in this situation, it was her to me. And I think that's why I'm really not good with like relationships or men or anything, because I've been so horribly scarred by that incident. That was like,
you can't let a homeless squatter control you years later.
Just the fact that he read that in front of all my like friends and people that I lived with, saying that me, an 18-year-old girl, was like this like fat pig, disgusting, whatever, and him like a rapist, creepy 28-year-old. He said that if anyone did anything, it was like me, the disgusting pig, sexually assaulted him. No. I mean, I'm more over it than I was like in that moment. But years later, I still think about like how literally fucked up that was and how no one like stood up for me.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be like, well, the people didn't like agree, right? And now you're telling me that.
I mean, no one like was like, yeah, you're right. She's gross. They ended up banning him, but no one was like, how fucking dare you come to her home and say those things about her when she has said that like you sexually assaulted her and hit her. and like you still have the nerve to come and say no, she's fucking fat and ugly, and if anyone did anything, it's her. Like, that's horrible. That's horrible.
Maybe everyone knew that you're not fat and ugly. So
I mean,
they didn't think they had to.
but just like it's like almost like defamation. Like, it's like embarrassing to say that in front of all my friends. Like, sure, they know it's not true or whatever, but the fact that some like fucking drunk asshole still went up there and like slandered me in front of everyone and said that, and no one like interrupted him and said like, hey, please stop, like, this is wildly inappropriate. That's just like horrible.
Was that the worst set you've ever seen?
Please edit in booze after that.
Okay. It was a bad set, though.
And apparently he's still alive. Like, I stalk his Instagram sometimes just to see if he's dead yet, because he lives a really dangerous lifestyle. But he's still alive, and he looks like a fucking crazy crackhead.
Well, let's hope that he...
Oh, yeah, I like hope he dies, like, for real. I've thought, like, truly about murdering him and how I would do it. And I always told myself, like, every time I'm in Austin, if I ever saw him, I would definitely do something to him.
All right. Well, quarantine is up in Texas. We'll be coming to Austin to do shows and to look for Brian.
Fuck you, Brian, if you hear this.
Yeah, fuck you, Brian.
Bleep out his last name, please. This is so much editing. That's a really personal story, though. You should be honored. I shared it with you and our 20 listeners.
There's gonna be more now, but also, oh my god, now I have a day's worth of work, and I'm just getting half of the fucking money.
I mean, I can help you edit it if you want. You never ask for help. You like do it and then complain about it.
No, I don't. I actually, it's okay because I like the power.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't mind splitting the money because you, I think, also have your own, you have good stories and stuff that, and like guys will tune in because you're a girl. And so there are things that you bring, and then I bring like the editing and the kind of like, I make you record with me.
Mm-hmm.
We both have strengths. And I'm going to bleep maybe one of the times your cat meows just because it's kind of
Yeah, that sounds good.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you mean.
Like I'm saying.